Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our video of Saturn in Anuradha Nakshatra. And what happens when Saturn is in the sign of Scorpio, but in the Nakshatra of Anuradha in your horoscope? Because Nakshatras are the constellation working behind the scenes of a zodiac sign. So especially between the 3.20 degree to I think 1640 of Scorpio is known as the Anuradha section, the Anuradha Nakshatra. And this is a Nakshatra ruled by Saturn. This is a Nakshatra whose Devta, whose deity is Mitra, friendship, devotion. So we're going to learn about what Saturn is doing in the Nakshatra of Anuradha placed in your horoscope. Now, if you do not know, if you have Saturn in this Nakshatra, what other planets are sitting in which Nakshatra, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, which now shows your destiny point in the initials BP on the birth chart, and my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Saturn in Anuradha Nakshatra. So, as I was saying, Anuradha is a Nakshatra, deity which is ruled by Mitra. Mitra is about friendship, and mostly friendship that really transforms into devotion to something. And one of the best examples for Anuradha Nakshatra is the relationship of Krishna and Radha. How Radha had that devotion towards Krishna is that Anuradha. And this is the Nakshatra which kind of shows, like the best example would be what Tupac said, the greatest legendary rapper, the emperor of hip hop, Tupac, say how he was a rose that grew from the gutter. Because the symbolism of Anuradha is a lotus. And lotus grows from mud, from dirt. Yet it is one of the most beautiful flowers out there. So what does it symbolize about Anuradha? That with enough devotion, with enough love, passion, a person will rise regardless of their circumstances. And the reason why Saturn rules this nakshatra, why Saturn has been given the rulership of this nakshatra on a mundane level. Because remember, Vimshotri Mahadasha, the Indian system of timing events, is for all general world and general public. Rest of the dashas only apply on certain conditions. Like if Rahu isn't trying to Jupiter, or if Moon is conjunct Saturn, being aspected by Saturn, okay, use this dasha. If there are 4 planets in Kendra, use that dasha. Vimshotri is everything, every single one. This is why planetary rulership become important there. But the reason why Saturn is ruling this nakshatra, it says that because remember, Saturn represents discipline, structure, organization, sacrifice, duty, commitment. Shows after giving enough commitment, giving your duty, sacrificing your life and your time towards something will ultimately make that thing into a lotus flower. Which means what? That especially when Saturn is in Anuradha Nakshatra, this person early in life will definitely go through certain ups and downs in life, which will shape their perspective towards love, friendship, devotion, and passion. They will make immature mistakes early on, where then Saturn is going to punish them. Because remember, Saturn is like Judge Dredd. You do something wrong, he's going to have to give it to you. So if you do something wrong, that's how Saturn is programmed. That's his CPU, its software. So by getting those lessons from Saturn, you learn about what relationships are, what love is, what devotion is, and the highest of devotion. And so this is why this is a person later on in life really understand the word commitment. Early on, this person will make mistakes by perhaps, being promiscuous, cheating, or being very immature in love, not paying attention to the other person. And then Saturn gives them lessons of Anuradha, that no, you must be devoted, you must be giving yourself 100% to something in order for you to retain it and get something beautiful out of it. Best example would be, let's say a man marries a woman, okay, and later on he feels like, oh no, my spouse gained weight, my spouse now doesn't have the same face features, my spouse doesn't no longer take care of herself, perhaps because she got 3 kids and she's taking care of them. Let me find somebody new and somebody better. You do that, okay? And people do that on a daily basis. Then what happens is this person finds out that my ex-wife now, who I didn't want to be with, has won $300 million in lottery. Lesson learned, that regardless of what the circumstances are, you need to be committed to something. You need to be devoted to something, no matter how bad it looks, how hard it is to accomplish. Because one time, at one point, you will accomplish it and that lotus will come out. In case of this example, the lotus of money came out. But you learned that lesson, that yes, I should not leave somebody because of these things, just because of their looks, just because they gained weight. So these are the lessons you learn through Saturn and Anuradha. Also, obviously, this usually represents like rag to riches stories, where early in life a person struggles, and then boom, becomes the greatest rapper of all time. I don't know. I haven't checked Tupac's horoscope in a long time, so I don't know if his horoscope has Anuradha Nakshatra, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a planet in Anuradha Nakshatra. I mean, he's born in September, but I don't know if there's outer planets are in Scorpio or not. Or his ascendant could be in Anuradha Nakshatra. And Saturn, as you know, represents servants, working class people, maternal uncle. So here's Saturn, and especially even in Saturn Dasha, if Saturn is in Anuradha Nakshatra, most definitely you will notice that you definitely have land, real estate, property. You move to foreign places, foreign lands. You do extremely well in foreign lands. You may also incur debt. You probably won't focus towards your health or your debts or competition with this nakshatra. But at the same time, I mean, this can be an excellent nakshatra, depending upon the padhas, where one can find great success in foreign lands. Especially if you have Saturn in this nakshatra and you're about to start in Saturn Mahadasha or going through Saturn Mahadasha, you'll notice anything related to foreign lands just somehow always works out with you. If you had like an online business, having clients from foreign lands, or whatever money you make, even if it's little money, it's somehow coming through foreign sources. But at the same time, one finds great stability in homeland as well. But mainly there's much more greater success coming through foreign sources, foreign places. Also, this is the person who gets old, especially after the age of 36. If Saturn is in Anuradha Nakshatra, this person would want to leave everything material. And they would want to simply devote themselves to spiritual knowledge, to breaking the code, the lock, so they can get away. They can go to the other realm. Because remember, you're in a simulator. You're playing a video game right now. You're playing a Oculus with your glasses. And it feels all real, like, oh my God, you're sitting on one spot and then the roller coaster start, in your visual glasses, and you're like, oh my God, I'm falling, but you're not. You're still at the same spot. As soon as you take the glasses off, the reality comes in. Every one of us is in a simulator. And it can, in a split second, you could be on the other side. This is why you always have to prepare yourself morally, prepare yourself spiritually, prepare yourself mentally, psychologically, to really know what is out there. And especially Anuradha people naturally get that. But also, definitely, you will see that these people make mistakes. They get into a lot of materialistic temptations. But that's the lesson that they learn. through Saturn. Saturn says, okay, well, you're running after the material thing. Okay. Bam! You get that jerk, like, okay, no, I need to be on my spiritual path. And also, this doesn't mean that Saturn's going to take over your wealth or anything, no. If you understand that there were a lot of people, especially when Osho Rajneesh was really big back in the late 80s and early 90s, a lot of people, billionaires, even multi-millionaires, left their wealth to join his ashram, but they still had their wealth. They still had sustenance, their children were taken care of, but they were really greatly devoted to Osho's and his philosophy. Same thing happens, where this Anuradha path is really the path of devotion. You must be devoted to something in order for you to find success. You want to be a rapper, you want to be an actor, you want to be the greatest IT professional, software engineer, lawyer, you got to devote yourself and not break away or back off if things get hard. If every company rejects you, oh, we don't want to hire you, then you're thinking, maybe I should do something else. Maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. But no, it's just the Saturn that is testing you, is telling you, I want to test your limits. How much can I break you before I give you something? And once it does, it gives you nonstop. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis. And also, like I was saying, Saturn is servants. If you have Saturn in Anuradha Nakshatra, and especially you're going, let's say, through Saturn Mahadasha, and a servant comes in your house to clean your house, cook for you, especially like in India, they do, that is a person who was your devotee in some past life. Somebody who was deeply dedicated to you. Because maybe you were a spiritual guru in past life, and they were your devotees. Now they're back again to be your devotee. Because remember, just because you're a spiritual guru doesn't mean you're not going to take rebirth. A spiritual guru does not mean that they found that enlightenment, that they found the light body and left. You might be spiritual, but there might be a lot of progression that is needed. But definitely this shows that there's your servant is going to be very devoted to you. They'll do whatever it takes to give you what you want. But definitely, transformation comes in, changes comes in. If you have a servant, you'll notice that you get to move into a new house. Like a servant comes in, maybe within like a year, you're like moving to a new house, and you're not getting it. Why did I just move? Why do I have a new house? Why am I in like some distant foreign land? Well, probably because you have Saturn in Anuradha. You activated it by bringing a servant, and things happen. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Saturn and Anuradha Nakshatra. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you don't know what your Saturn is, all your astrological details, what your destiny points, my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.